Hi everyone, my name is Kayla DeRays, and the community I chose to talk about for my community in words and pictures is my hometown of Linden, New Jersey. So here I am just providing you guys with a map of my community. I got this map off of the City of Linden website. It's a map from 2020, but that's when it was last updated and the most recent map I can find. This is a picture I took of our Welcome to Linden sign right in the heart of town on Wood Avenue by our train station. So just a brief history and a couple fun facts about Linden to start off for you guys. In 1937, the Linden Assembly opened, which was originally built to be a General Motors plant, but with World War II starting a few years later, they began producing fighter planes for the military, the FM Wildcat. So Linden also had, and still does, have a refinery that made fuel, and the Navy came in and built Linden Airport, making Linden an important manufacturer during World War II. So I figured I would start with our train station because it's a hub for the community with so many people commuting to and from the city. This train station also provides transportation to other places aside from New York, like Trenton, New Brunswick, Newark, and many more. Linden is a pretty quick way from New York City, only about 35 minutes, if that. So next, I'm going to talk about population and race in Linden. We are a pretty diverse town. In 2019, Linden's population was 42,361. In the past 20 years, we've seen Linden grow more diverse every year with more Hispanics and Blacks and African Americans moving in. On this chart, I broke down the data I got from city data on races in Linden, so you guys can take a look for yourselves. So more data from 2019 includes the gender and age distributions. So there are, at least in 2019, 20,132 males and 22,229 females with a median age of 40 years old. I just wanted to note that I could not find any information on people who identify as something else. So I think that would be important to take into account when we're looking at gender somewhere. So on this slide, I'm talking about crime and poverty. Crime in Linden has progressively gotten worse these past couple of years. As a resident, I've noticed it. Other people in town have noticed it. In 2019, the crime rate reported was 241, which is significantly higher than many other towns in New Jersey. Also reported in 2019 was 8.3% of Linden residents living in poverty. Also important to note, Linden's seeing a rise in violent crimes compared to property crimes. On this slide, I'm talking about education and just giving you guys a breakdown on our elementary schools, middle schools, the high school, and the private elementary and middle school we have. So Linden obviously has more public schools in comparison to private schools. We have multiple elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school that consists of 2 buildings. The main building and an academy building across the street, which was originally built to become the building to house the more technical classes like cooking, woodshop, welding, electronics, etc. So here is a picture of Linden High School, the main building. And here is a picture of the academy building, which was an addition to the high school, and it's right across the street from the main building. So going back on how diverse Linden is, we have a range of religions in this community that I've listed on this slide. ranging from Catholic, mainline Protestant, evangelical Protestant, Black Protestant, Orthodox, and of course there are individuals in our community that don't identify with any religion and few that identify with other religions, but these are the more apparent ones. This is just one of the churches closest to where I live. It's the St. Elizabeth of Hungary Roman Catholic Church. Community celebrations are probably one of my favorite aspects about Linden because growing up I was involved in so many. They have multiple community celebrations at the Union County Park System Raymond Woodbauer Promenade. If you live here, you just call it the Promenade. Aside from the Promenade, we hold stuff at City Hall and Wood Avenue, which the Promenade and City Hall are both on Wood Ave, but for bigger celebrations, they shut down the roads and we celebrate there. So some community celebrations include the Halloween Parade, September to Remember, cultural events, police and fire department outreach day, Easter and Christmas celebrations, and the list, quite honestly, goes on. These are just some pictures that I've included from different community celebrations that my family has taken. These are flyers. One's a playbill from the Linden Dance Company recital and the holiday tree lighting that they host every year. So the Linden PAL, it's short for Police Athletic League, offers youth athletic programs which include baseball, basketball, soccer, and football. The John T. Gregorio Recreation Center has been here for years, and it offers a variety of workshops and different activities or events for families in our community to enjoy. So now I want to talk about the Good Community Assessment portion based off of the article we had to read, Seeking the Good Community. So in the article, they discuss how safety is a huge factor when assessing if a community is good or not. In terms of natural disasters, the last tornadoes, according to city data, that caused damages in Linden were in 1973, and there were 2 of them. Earthquakes, we have more earthquakes than we have tornadoes, but nothing major causing excessive damage. Typically, we see more flooding when we get heavy rain. We've had high winds and power outages, snowstorms and blizzards, and we have been affected by hurricanes to an extent. We do pretty well in recovering from natural disasters, and our Linden Emergency Response Unit is a volunteer group that works alongside our police department and fire department when natural disasters do occur and we do get pretty rough damage. We don't really have a water issue. I would note that because of the refinery that we do have an air quality issue. In terms of safety as crime over time has gotten progressively worse, like I've mentioned earlier, but we have a bigger police force, and I've been noticing more police patrolling areas. But the growth in the police department isn't really providing positive results, so I think we would need better training and more people coming together to recognize what we need as a community to see results in terms of, crime. Goods and services are easily accessible, in my opinion. For our community, our city provides multiple events and opportunities to give back to those that may be in need. The train station is also in the heart of our town, so it allows for people to easily and accessibly get to where they need if they need something. We have stores all down Wood Avenue. With that being said, it's super easy for people to get what they need if they need it. So there is a congestion problem, which is causing a lot of additional traffic because more people, like I've mentioned, are moving to Linden from the city, causing more vehicles, less parking, more apartment buildings are going up. We're seeing a lot more Section 8 housing. The majority of our town is lower income, which is causing a favor in one political party that isn't necessarily favored amongst the other party. We have a rising drug concern. So, with all of that being said, I think there's pros and cons of Linden. I've been a resident here for almost 24 years now. I did go away to college and I got to witness other communities, so I definitely see the pros and cons. I do think collectively as a community, there are things we need to do to improve and possibly one day get to be considered a good community, like the article is stating. But we're never gonna be perfect. Nothing is perfect. So yeah, this is my community in words and pictures. I hope you guys liked it, and I look forward to learning about your communities. Thank you.